What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We are back at it again with another episode of the Why I'm Geeked show with your homies AJ and Chrissy. This is episode 134, and today we talking Fallout, one of the most coveted franchises in gaming history. Unless you're me, because I slept on it my whole life until 76, and when it came out, it was broken. So I might be a little biased, I might not. We'll see how this conversation goes. But Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
You're gonna have to bear with me on this podcast. I'm getting that little I don't know if it's sinus infection. I may have gotten an allergy. I normally don't get allergies, but there's been so much pollen lately that
Crazy.
This nose is locked up. So I'm gonna try my best on this pod. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm wearing the PSG today because my squad is actually moving on up. We back up. And that's all I'm going to say for now because we still got 2 more games to go.
Yeah. Okay. Mbappe.
Yep.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking Fallout. I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm only like halfway through it. It's like 8 episodes. They dropped it all at one time. And y'all know I'm not a binger. Y'all know.
This guy.
We're going to act like we didn't see you go to the wrong side.
I know.
I still am pacing my way through this show. And Chris actually finished it because that's just what he do. You know what I'm saying? He built different. But first reactions, I'm going to say that this is actually really, really good. Like, when these video game shows started coming out, I think the first one was Halo. I wasn't really that invested. Just for one, is this on the wrong streaming platform, bro? I don't even got that jump. And two, like, Halo is like Halo. It's like it's the same kind of thing. Like every single game, as far as the campaign goes. Obviously crazy stuff happens in the campaign, but pretty standard as far as like what the mission is. But Fallout got that lore, and that's what drew me to Fallout 76 because I was promised greatness. And I'm not gonna say it's
jump
not
back
great.
on that.
Nah. I'm not gonna say it's not there, but what interested me most was just like how it all started and what's actually going on from here. So like that, for me, that was my first like thought going into this show, as far as like, I'm finally gonna get to see in live action like what that will really look like and kind of catch the vibes of like all these different lifestyles that we get to see, But Chris, how are you feeling going into this show, bro?
Man, so when I first started streaming on Twitch, my first game was Fallout 4.
Okay.
And I wasn't a big Fallout person. One of my close friends, one of my best friends, he loved Fallout 3. He used to show it to us all the time. He didn't have Xbox Live or anything where he lived. His internet was trash, so he had to play these storyline games. So Fallout 3 dropped, and he was like, "This is the best game ever, y'all. Y'all gotta play it." And I never really understood the hype, but I was like, "Oh, it's kind of cool. I like the world, all that type of stuff." So Fallout 4 came out. I waited on it, and I started streaming, and I just started like loving the world, loving the story, loving seeing what happens in the wasteland. And watching this show just brought back all those memories of Fallout. Just how crazy you being a vault dweller and just adventuring out to a new location, and you just see how crazy everyone is. Like, you really don't know what storyline you're about to do talking to this person, what quest you're about to do. And I really like the show a lot too, just because I felt that watching it. I felt like I just opened up Fallout. What would we be on now? 5? And I was like, wow, this is so amazing how it just seamlessly transferred to the big screen. And like you talked about, this is one of the biggest games ever made.
Yeah.
The whole franchise. Bethesda built both Skyrim and Fallout, two of the biggest story-based games, role-playing games,
Mm-hmm.
RPGs, and to see it live, Amazon Prime, you
Yeah.
got another winner. You got another winner, and it was just so interesting. I'm not gonna do no spoilers. I'm not gonna do no spoilers. But those first episodes, I literally felt like I booted up Fallout 5, a brand new game, and it
Mm,
was like off to the races with a new uh Vault Dweller. So that was
yeah.
my initial impression when I booted this show up.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that surprised me about this show was just like how, like, not just bright but colorful it actually is. Despite, the post-apocalyptic world, like
It'd be
the
looking hot too.
yeah, like the color grading for like all of these, like, that Fallout blue, that Fallout yellow,
Yeah,
was looking extra crispy. And even just the Vault Dwellers, uniform, and once they went out, like the freaking Steel Man, I forgot his name, the Knights or whatever. Oh,
Maximus.
yeah, Maximus. Like even his armor, like it just was like very aesthetically pleasing. And that really surprised me because when I think about Fallout the game, I just think about brown, like
Yeah, muckiness,
dust,
dark,
like,
grim.
yeah, nasty. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's what I think about. And cuz that was like one of the reasons why I was never really drawn to it, cuz like I've always like been a person that like just really likes color and like bright things, especially like in the things I'm watching and things that I'm playing. So to see that was like, okay, like they really are trying to do this. Like this could be a real thing if they wanted to, because like Fallout is literally like, because that's the title of it, you can literally go anywhere with the story. And like it reminds me so much of Star Wars, where like you can just plop somebody on a random planet and you'll get a story out of that adventure, because it's like the world is what people are coming for. Not necessarily that, not to take anything away from the characters and the cast or anything, but like for me, that was like the biggest thing, like going into it. And while I watched like these 4 episodes, what I've taken away the most.
Mhm.
Um, and also just that this joint is gross, bro. This joint is
Yeah.
actually gross. What did you think about that? Did they get the gore level right? Because
Yeah, I loved it. I really thought like you can't do Fallout without having this level of gore, this level of violence, because part of it is when you go into VATS, the system where it goes to like this RPG mode where it pretty much pauses the game in a way,
Mhm.
and then you get to shoot off limbs or do critical damage or do certain things. Like it is gory. Like it
Yeah.
becomes this slow motion fest and you want to see the explosions or killing uh people with different weapons and nail guns and see the effect of that. Beating someone with a bat. And like it's funny because in the show different things happen and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I remember a time where I had to beat someone with
Mhm.
like my bare hands, a wrench,
Mhm.
uh the most random objects,
In the
and it's
game.
just in the game. And yeah, yeah, true. In the game. And they really bring it to life in the show. It just
Yeah.
seems like, yo, this place is just crazy already
Mhm.
that it just made sense in the show, but it reminded me in the game too. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. And as I watch it, sometimes I do think, yo, if no one ever knew this was a game, they would just
Mhm.
think like, yo, this world is ridiculous. Like this world is crazy, and I like the show a lot. Like I
Yeah.
don't think you would even recognize that this was potentially a video game at one point.
Mhm. And what's cool about it is like the way they're telling the story too, because it started off with like, I guess it's a flashback, but really it's just the origin of like what life was like on in the US or Earth or
Before
whatever
the bombs dropped,
before
yeah.
the bombs drop. And you get little glimpses throughout each episode of it's the ghoul, right? The
Yeah,
ghoul
the goal.
before he was a ghoul, essentially.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just like cool to see that comparison to then what the vault dwellers remember that time to be, as far as like, their moral compass and the rules and like just their mannerisms. And if you really think about it, like the vault dweller is really just like the audience, right? Because
Exactly.
everybody
Exactly.
in the wasteland and stuff like that has been living this life. Even like the Brothers of Steel, they've been living this life of cruelty, right? But then the vault dweller is like, boom, I forgot her name, but uh, the vault dweller is just like out here. Her last name started with an M, but they don't really use names like that.
McLean.
It's
I can't
McLean,
remember her
yeah.
first name right now. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like she's seen all this like hardship and like things, and you can see it.
Lucy.
Lucy, yeah, you can see it's like really conflicting her, not only just like the things that she is like having to do to survive, but also like what she's willing to do for her family. And she's like really getting to see what it's like to be a surface dweller.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as the audience, like if you never played Fallout before, this is your same first
Exactly.
uh impression of all those same things. Now you might have a different reaction to a lot of it, but you know, it's just like a cool dynamic to, take take the story from. But there's three versions. There's three stories being told. You got the main character in Lucy, which is the Vault Dweller. You got the Ghoul, and then you got Maximus.
Yep.
And Maximus, not gonna lie, bruh, not a fan. Not a fan, bruh. It's giving like it's not giving. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know
That's hilarious.
what to
That's
compare it
hilarious.
to, bruh. But I'm just not rocking with dude, bruh. Because for one, I still don't know if he put that razor in that boot, bruh.
Yeah.
Like I still don't know. It might pop up later on, but um, between that, Rocco Rappaport's part was hilarious, bruh. Because I was
It
like, yo,
was.
it had to be him. Like
It was just so. It was so
it
dumb. I
was
was like,
on timing, bro. I was like, yo, nah, this show might be goated. Um,
it was just funny because I was like, this man said like three lines, and as soon as he
yeah,
takes off this helmet, it's just straight up Michael Rappaport. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my
bro.
gosh, yo.
And I was just like, yo, bro, like the dynamic between the knight and the squire is very interesting. Um, and I'm just like, bro, like Maximus, like you're not maxing out right now, bro. Like he's maximizing his opportunity, but at the same time, he is not ready. Like he just be
Yeah.
getting lucky, bro. Like he might have, physical armor, but that plot armor for him is going crazy. Like he should not be here, bro. you know. So how are you feeling about these three storylines that we get to see in this thing, and what they're
Well,
trying to do?
good question. Number one, I think you nailed it on the first character, on Lucy, the
Mm,
Vault Dweller. Uh, the games, it does it just how you presented it. It's so perfect because as the player, you've never been in this world and you're unlocking the vault and then adventuring out to a new wasteland. So it's in different states. So it always feels a little fresher. Like I don't know my character's origin story. I don't know anything about this particular vault. And then
mhm,
I have to complete the main story. Somehow I'm going out to the wasteland in West Virginia, DC, and now we're in California. So for the Vault Dweller, it's so perfect to have a character represent us going out to the real world or the wasteland
mhm.
and, trying to be a good person, essentially. Trying to feel like, wait a minute, we were supposed to get back to society and, survive the wasteland. And I just think it's just an easy access to welcome to Fallout.
Yeah.
Maximus's character is something I really, really will always admire what they do in shows and movies. I
Mm-hmm.
always like the character that stirs the pot. I always like the character that gives me a reaction. You know, it just
Mm-hmm.
gives me either a really, really negative reaction, or I see them stir the pot that they're going to become like a super evil villain one day.
Mm-hmm.
Maximus just gives me a mega negative reaction. I'm like, yo, I
Yeah.
do not like this dude at all. And I'm like, he is just lucking up. Like
Yeah.
he's tripping into power ups, and I'm like, yo, this
Mm-hmm.
guy got to be stopped because even like his mannerisms aren't cool.
Yeah. Like his
Like
that smirk, bro, be frying me, bro. Because why are you smiling? Why are you smiling, bro? Like you're a fraud.
yo, yo, yeah, it's like every smirk is like, yo, this
Yeah.
dude is a fraud.
Yeah.
And I just like it because we go from like a vault dweller, Lucy's character, who I really like,
Mm-hmm.
her trying to understand like how bad things have gotten,
Yeah.
to this dude who is just not a good guy, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, this dude is not a good guy, and it seems like he's trying to be, but at the end of the day, it's like, nah, I'm kind of like
Yeah.
crunching for power in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ghoul, bro, he just bad. This man is so tough. Like as soon as they introduced this dude,
Yeah.
these people went on a quest like, yo, let's get Brody from the ground. He gonna help us do this mission, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, bang, bang, bang. I'm a character.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this guy is so tough. And as the show keeps going on, I'm like, this trifecta,
Yeah.
it's a perfect blend. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
what I need. I get the Brotherhood of Steel, I get the Vault Dweller learning about everything, and I get the baddest John Wick character who
Yeah.
pretty much is immortal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, with potentially a storyline that we like don't know about. You know, like we're
Yeah.
like, okay, so what is his role? He seems to know stuff that we don't know,
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to reveal it as the story goes on. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I really like this triple setup, and it did worry me the first couple episodes. Like, is this a lot of characters? Are they doing too much? How are they
Yeah.
gonna all meet or interact, or how are they linked and stuff like that? And it's just
Mm-hmm.
really interesting to see how Amazon did it, because I'm really thinking Amazon is hitting. They're hitting. They're starting to hit a bunch of home runs, bro.
Yeah. I was only really worried about Maximus just because I feel like Lucy and the Ghoul have like a pretty good dynamic as far as like how their stories would, you know, interact. You got the bounty hunter, and then you got the hunted trying to be bounty hunter, or just really just trying to get her paws back, whatever. But Brotherhood of Steel was more like, I know what that is from playing the little bit of the game I did before it broke. But
It was pretty bad back then.
yeah, but it's just more so like, okay, if we get to see more of that through him, I'm okay with it. But as far as Maximus specifically, it's just
Yeah,
like, nah, I don't
yeah.
know what he's trying to do, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like,
It's
I'm
like
trying to figure
automatically
out.
they paid him like he's unlikable, right?
Yeah, like super unlikable, and it's like it's weird because it's just like every opportunity that we see for him to like not necessarily redeem himself, but just make the right decision. Like, because it could be a right decision to do something bad in that situation. It could be a right decision to do
Sure.
something good. But it just feel like he always picking the wrong option, you know? And just like, even when he got his first squire, he was like, bruh, he was just like, I got this.
Oh,
Like, oh, it's finna be
like
fun.
dust this
Like,
off.
yeah.
I was like, yo, this guy gotta be stopped. Like,
Right. And this show is really good at callbacks too. Like they be really sneaky with it because
yeah,
um as far as like my favorite one so far has been with Lucy. I'm not gonna say what happens to Lucy, but they talk about her being very green, and like I think it was episode 2 or whatever, where she went to she was looking for basically answers or whatever, and the shop lady was just like, girl, you better go back to that vault.
yeah.
You know, so like there's she has a really good callback, and then also like the Brotherhood of Steel youngin. as far as like his bully now being his
Mhm.
squire. So there's a lot to it. Like the thing I'm probably most interested in is just the ghoul, just because of his fall. You know, like, and I just don't really know that much about ghouls specifically. I know they need that little drug, I guess, to keep their sanity.
Yeah.
Um, but outside of that, it's just like, yo, he's super tough. Like to go from playing a character to really like taking method acting into a whole nother level and becoming it is insane.
Yeah.
And he's like, like, and just the lore of like when the Vault youngins first were like starting to introduce themselves to the world, because apparently they knew what was coming.
Mhm.
I can't really speak to exactly like that because it was only like a little flashback, but you know, he was like low key like the first Instagram model for the Vault people,
Yeah.
bro.
He's like the
Like,
Pip Boy that does the thumbs up, which is
mm-hmm.
really awesome because it's just an iconic thing
Yeah.
in the games. So it's like for him to be the poster child, I think that's what they call it or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for like thumbs up in all the games, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy to
He the
imagine.
Jerry
Like, yo,
West, bro.
I'll watch. Yeah, this is the logo.
It's a logo. So like that was really cool. But um overall, I'm enjoying the show, and like maybe if I had more nostalgia towards it, I probably would have finished it already. But I'm just, taking my time. I've only heard really good things about it so far, outside of like just like little things that people don't like certain characters and things like that. But you know, I want to see this joint just kind of not keep going. Like it don't have to be 10 seasons of Fallout or anything, but like give me a cool 3, 4. I'll be good with that. You know, just cause like I was saying, like it's like Star Wars, bro. You can literally just pick anybody if they have
Yep, just
something interesting to say. Like,
just like the
you know,
games. I mean, Fallout 3 was Washington D.C. You
yeah.
jump out the vault from there. We have New Vegas. You jump out the
Mm.
vault from New Vegas, and then Fallout 4. I don't even know where Fallout 4 takes place.
I couldn't
I
tell
know
you.
76 takes place in West Virginia, but it's just
Mhm.
like that. You can literally do. That's why people were wondering the next Fallout game, is it going to be in Miami? You know what's
Wow. And then it's like once you add the hype of a new game to it, they out of here,
yeah,
bro. They out of here. Like,
yeah.
so.
It's making me scratch that itch of, dang, do I just boot up Fallout?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not. But
I
I respect you if you do, bro. Um, let's see. Anything else that I want to talk about? Uh, I don't really got anything specific. I mean, I guess we could talk about. Well, I haven't really got there yet, so I don't really know. I can't really speak to the what the whole professor part was about, but um, as far as like his that little implant he put in his brain or his
Mhm,
neck, just because we haven't gotten there yet. But
mhm.
it was really cool seeing I forgot his name, but he played the kid from he's Lucy's little brother. I think it's the little brother,
Oh,
or it might be older brother. But
he's from Disney Channel, right?
yeah, he was on Hannah Montana. He was a kid from Hannah Montana, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I can't remember.
the one that always like was just pop up in her house, like and
Oh, that
her.
liked her sister, not the sister, her friend, right?
I don't
Was
remember who he liked, but
maybe he did like
he was
Hannah.
always doing like
I'm not entirely sure.
different startup like plans with
Pickup
her
lines
brother.
or
Yeah, like they was trying like it was like Ed and Eddie, bro. They was trying to get to that bag, bro. Like that's what it reminded
oh,
me of.
that's what it was.
So
Yeah.
like him and Hannah Montana's brother. I don't remember their names, but that's what he was from. And I was like, yo, that's crazy seeing him now. Like that's
Yeah.
insane, bro.
Have you gotten to more of his plot points or no?
Yeah, but it's still like in its infancy phase. So like
Gotcha.
essentially, because his family is like was like running the place or whatever, he has a lot of pull, but he's never been one for the spotlight. You know, that was more Lucy's thing. But now, youngest is in his ear. It's like, yo, you might have to do something. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You did my husband dirty. Your dad was here. He'd do the right thing. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, yo, y'all playing with this man. Because I feel like characters like his character is probably like it's gonna be eventually like a big not necessarily surprise, but like I could see him having like a role in the sense of like you never really know what you can expect it from him because he hasn't really shown any interest in doing anything. So like it's really like up in the air. Like he can do anything. But the Vault Dwellers is freaked out though. I will say that, bro. Like that one dude, what's
The
his name?
cousin.
The cousin, yeah. But the cousin was just on timing the whole time. It didn't matter. As long as it moved, bro, he was on it. Like didn't matter if
Oh,
he was
it
related
ain't have
or
much options in the vaults.
I'm saying it's like it didn't matter if he was related or if he needed his name to be Bert, bro. Like he was just with
Yeah,
it. And I'm just
that
like,
was
bro,
crazy.
respect yourself, man. Like what are we
Yo,
doing?
this man
So
was the simp.
yeah, bro. He was down bad. But
He was.
um outside of that, as far as like what the Velt Dwellers got on where I'm at, they holding elections to see who's gonna be the new leader. And I think that dynamic is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Um Comedy is pretty good in this joint. Not gonna cap.
Yeah. It
Only
has its own unique vision, especially with like bringing in the Fallout music
mm-hmm.
as just the stories playing. Reminds me of the game because the music on the radio is nonstop.
Yeah.
But also its humor and violence. It's very unique in that sense because the humor
Mm-hmm.
is not really like haha funny. It's this weird type of humor. And then the violence, it can just come out of nowhere, just be
Yeah.
completely gory to the maximum grossness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then also like I haven't really seen anything specific to this, but in the games, like the different groups and cults get freaky, bro. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get very like non-TV friendly. You know what I'm saying? As
exactly.
far as like what they believe in and all that stuff. So like I'm sure that won't be in this, but um yeah, I'm kind of just excited to see where they're going with it. Especially like because like with the ghoul and Lucy specifically, it's just like a mirror.
Sure,
It's
sure.
like on both sides, you know what I'm saying? Because
Kind
Lucy's
of like
seeing
someone
what
who's
she could
lived.
become and the ghoul is
Yeah,
seeing like what he used to be. Like beat.
exactly.
That's
Yeah, that's a good
fire.
way of putting it.
Fire. But you got anything else on this joint, bro?
Not until you finish it.
Okay.
Um, I was really surprised. I was really happy. What I saw so far, and
Mm-hmm.
after watching it, I'm just like, dang. I'm looking back, thinking like Amazon's actually greenlighting some pretty solid shows,
Yeah.
and my my friend that I was talking about, he did message me like, "Yo, y'all, Fallout's dropping. Hey, y'all, Fallout's dropping." So
Yeah.
he was hyped, and it's good to see some competition because I ain't
Mm.
gonna lie. After watching Fallout, it made me think like, "Yo, Amazon is taking that HBO Max throne." You know, it has some gory stuff on that platform now.
It's not House of the Dragon though.
True, true,
It's
but
not
the
Game of
gore
Thrones.
level,
Like I mean, yeah, but it's
it
like
it's there. They got 3 shows already that's like
true,
maximum violence that
true.
I've
The
seen.
Boys, this, and
And Invincible.
Invincible. Yeah.
It's
So
wild.
yeah, I mean it's crazy, bro. Um. Okay. I wish you could tell me what you're holding back on. Not so much.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. Like, do I have any questions for you? Let me see. Like more so lore wise. Um. do all like how do the ghouls work? Do they go over that in this or no?
I mean, I kind of remember like they're pretty much like invincible, but they can go crazy and
Mhm.
become just like lifeless zombies. And some
Okay.
ghouls are still sentient and are like your friend. And I
Hmm.
remember you could have, as long as you give them like their drugs or
Hmm.
whatever, they're fine. They can still, their
Function.
brains can still work and stuff like that. But I'm not exactly sure how long it lasts or um if it's just radiation that they still need. But
Yeah.
essentially, they're no longer like living, and
But
that's what they are now, like a different thing.
yeah. But are they all from the past, or can you become a ghoul today? Is my question.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the one
you
dude
could
was
definitely
like,
become a ghoul. Like, it's always been an option, like, you can
okay,
become a ghoul.
okay. Because the one dude was like, yeah, I've been doing this for 26 years or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I think you become it from just radiation a long time,
okay,
but, I'm not exactly sure, like, don't
yeah,
quote me on that.
yeah. So all of them aren't from the past, like when the initial bombs hit. They
Yeah,
just
I don't think you have to be, like, that
okay,
much long,
okay,
like,
yeah.
initial bombs hit. Yeah.
Hmm. And do you think like the fact that we are seeing this is just a random question? Do you think that the fact that we're seeing like the past, um, kind of as like a flashback memory, is that like the ghoul actually remembers those things, or do you think we're just seeing a byproduct? Because it's like you could say like if they come like they if they're really dead and they come back alive, are they
Mhm.
just still the same person they were, or do you
The
think that they're
sentient
like
ones
a
are.
okay,
So, like, in the games, like, the sentient
yeah,
ones all are still know what's happening.
hmm,
The ones that aren't,
and
that
they
are
have
just,
their
like,
memories and
feral.
stuff like that? Okay,
Yeah, the feral ones, they don't. But,
okay,
so, like, the character we follow, the ghoul, he
hmm,
actually does remember, like, all that stuff.
hey,
Yeah.
okay,
And I guess they do some little magic of just showing the past,
yeah,
not the ghoul remembering it, but that
that's what
was
I'm
just for
saying.
storytelling's sake. But,
Yeah,
the ghoul does probably remember those events.
right. Because like in his dialogue, as far as like what he will say before that happens, makes me think like he still remembers. But I wasn't sure though. So I was
And,
wondering.
especially because he remembers some of these names, but you don't know,
Hmm.
like, the ghoul's, like, timeline, like, how
Yeah.
long ago was he in the dirt type thing, like,
Hmm.
we just know,
Yeah.
like, oh, he knows some
Like
stuff,
he
and
knew Lucy's last name,
yeah,
but
which was weird, you're
I
like,
couldn't remember if it was because they knew him at the party or what. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
Like
I was like, "What is this connection at all?"
yeah, yeah. Okay. And then when were the vaults made though? Like were they already made
Yeah,
when
yeah,
the
they're made before that flashback of, the
okay,
bombs.
dang. So
Be be
Cuz really socked somebody for no reason then. Like he made me think that they were just going in a bunker
Yeah, that one was probably
like
a
a home
bunker.
bunker. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one was probably a bunker, but the
Okay.
vaults, the way it worked was, like, those vault dwellers already, like, it happened, they
Uh,
went into the vault, and
okay.
eventually the vaults would open to
Mhm.
the different at least the way the game works, the vaults would open for a specific reason,
Yeah.
or the vaults were people were in there, and then they would just venture out into the vault, like you had freedom to go out, or
Mhm.
something would happen that the vault would open, and then predetermined time. Let's see what Earth looks like. But originally, I think the plan was the vaults open back up, and then society joins back once all the radiation goes away. But that's not how the game worked out.
Mhm. Right.
And it's just kind of like how we watch in the show. It's like
Okay.
anything can happen in the vaults, and anything could have happened in the wasteland because humans went in the vaults. They don't know what's happening on the surface, and the people who
Mhm.
couldn't go in vaults, they just had to live with what happened to society.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you Chris, our resident Fallout expert. Um
Yeah.
okay. Do you have a score right now that you're willing to say for it since you finished it or no? You want to wait?
That's tough.
Mhm.
That's tough. Do I have a score? Do you
Because you're
think
on
that
your
was spoil
second
it for you?
watch. You're on your second watch right
Yeah,
now,
I'm on my
so
second watch. So my initial reaction is it's a 9.
yeah, that's
My
pretty good.
second reaction is maybe it's gonna drop down to a 8,
Uh-huh.
just because of pacing issues
Uh-huh.
that I see. While I do enjoy it,
Yeah.
I definitely do see there is some
Episode long,
storylines
bro.
that are like a slow burn.
Hmm.
And sometimes when I go back to certain episodes, if I were to recall them to you,
Yeah.
not that many details really need to be said for you to understand the episode.
Hmm.
So, uh, I would still say it's a 9, but
Hmm.
um, at the worst, like a strong 8. I'm
Okay.
definitely feeling it that way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I'm leaning towards a strong 8 right now. Just because there are certain things I don't really care about.
yeah,
Um, and there's probably like nostalgia things that don't really hit me as hard. But
yep.
like I still agree, like this is a good show. Like for
Mhm.
sure. Worth watching. Um, okay. So you're on your second watch of uh Fallout, but I'm about to start my second watch of Invincible because I was going
Okay.
to do a review for it and it just didn't feel right, bro. Because it's been so long since I watched the first 4 episodes of season 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch the whole thing again, just to like
Oh,
get
that's
like the
nice.
full thing, and it'll come out when it comes out. But um, I feel like I still didn't give it a fair shake, even though like the score I gave it is fair. I feel like the score I gave it is still fair,
Mhm.
but the experience of watching it was still like, dang, I'm gonna do that. So like after doing that, that's when I was just like, bruh, like I know everybody, like not everybody built to binge shows, bro. And I'm not one of them, bro. I'm not one of them, so I'm not going to force it, because might not end up liking it because I'm forcing it. But yeah, I just figured I'd throw that little tidbit in there just because that was our last 3 episodes
And I am
before
glad
this.
that they did drop all of this.
Yeah.
But just question for you: do you think you'd enjoy? Because these episodes are long. Do you think you enjoy
Yeah.
Fallout on a week to week basis?
If episodes was a whole movie, like it's really like every episode's a movie, I think it'd be fine. Like,
Oh, like 2.5 hours.
yeah, like it seems like, well, I mean, it's like an hour, but
Yeah, yeah.
like sometimes it might be a little bit longer. But like I'll like the way I've been watching it essentially is like I'll get through a storyline and then it's just like, all right, do I still want to keep watching this?
Mhm.
Like, cause I like to eat my meals and watch it at the same time. Like that's kind of the person I am. So I'll do that, and it's like, all right, I can either keep watching this for the storyline, the next storyline, or I can save it for my next meal. You know.
Gotcha.
And a lot of times I end up saving it for my next meal because it's Maximus' part. And I'm just
Oh
like, bro, I don't
no,
rock with you.
no, no, Titus.
Yeah. So
Titus. I think that's his knight title.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, for me it's hanging around at that 8 range right now. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it finishes. I'll give y'all an update. Probably won't do a whole episode on it, but let us know what y'all think about Fallout, man, because it's been the talk of the town for the last week, man. Um, anything else before we get into what we're geeked about, bro?
Hmm. Nah, nah.
All
Amazon Prime, keep doing your thing.
right, all right, man. What you geeked about?
Oh man, I guess it's got to be Shogun because it's
Uh-huh.
coming down to it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I'm preparing for the NFL draft, bro. We up, we back, we back.
You bet.
It's time.
You bet.
Yeah.
I'm not back. I'm still hurt.
uh, Yeah, I've been deep diving even heavier in the NFL draft class, and
Hmm.
I do my NFL studies
Yeah.
extremely thorough because I like to at least be knowing the prospects. So then when they go on other teams, I don't feel completely lost when when my team is playing other people.
Hmm.
So pretty excited. Not gonna attend none of that, but I am more excited about day two because my team got a whole bunch of picks, gonna get a whole bunch of new players, which they need.
Hmm.
But day one for my team being at the top of the draft, brand new quarterback, it always, always, always is exciting. It's always
Who
exciting when
y'all
your
about to
team got a new
get?
quarterback. My prediction for the internet is it is gonna be Jaden Daniels from LSU.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh
the
no,
dude, the dude's skinny. The dude's skinny,
bruh.
but
Y'all gonna do him like I did RG3, bruh?
oh my gosh, yeah,
Have
that take,
nobody block for him?
bro. So that is like the only take that I don't understand. Like I get it, but literally every quarterback be getting injured.
On the
Like
Commanders.
no, everywhere. Like everyone gets injured, and I'm like, bro,
No, y'all team specifically, y'all quarterbacks always get injured, bruh.
bro, Dak literally broke his leg like 2 years ago.
But that's once. Like that's one
What?
quarterback. How many quarterbacks have y'all cycled through that have gotten hurt, bruh?
We
Think
had
about
Alex
it.
Smith break his leg,
Uh
and
huh.
RG just had a ACL tear,
Uh huh.
and he just never played as good after that ACL
Mm-hmm.
tear.
But y'all
I don't
had.
think any other quarterback broke their leg. You see what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
saying you're getting way
Yeah.
specific, bro. I'm just saying, like, y'all quarterbacks always are getting hurt, like bad. And, like, y'all have
They
to go
don't
down the
though.
depth chart. Y'all have to go down the depth chart a lot, bro.
They don't though. That's what I'm saying. Everyone is saying like, yo, he's small. You're gonna uh, pretty much he's small. He's gonna get hurt like RG3, and it's like, yo,
I'm not
look at
saying
all the
because of that. I'm saying because of y'all line. Like, I believe in his ability, but
yeah,
it's the line's ability that's like,
yeah.
might
But
be
I mean, you
suspect, bro. Cuz last year was running for his life all the time, bro.
yeah. But I mean, you got to pick a new quarterback first.
Yeah, for sure.
Like like I mean, people talking about build the line first, and it's like, all right. So when are you gonna get a quarterback?
Hmm.
It would literally be my team the past 5 years all over again,
Yeah,
throwing out bums.
gotta
Like
start somewhere.
yeah, so it's just like just get the new shiny quarterback in there and work on
Hmm.
the line as it goes on, and hopefully he stays upright. These quarterbacks all are getting injured. You just gotta at least get one in the building first. So pretty excited for that. Uh, we're gonna still have the commander's name, so that sucks. Uh, but we'll see. And then we got NBA playoffs coming up, so
Yeah.
start of two things. Really excited.
Hmm.
What about you, G? Is there something you geeked about?
Yeah, man. A24, they don't be missing, bro. They don't be missing. I don't see everything they make, but I saw Civil War last weekend,
Oh, they made
and
that?
that joint was crazy, bro. Like,
Oh man.
it rivals Dune for me, bro.
Oh, I'm going. I'm
But it's
going.
for different reasons though, because Dune is like, I like this because this is so cool and the world is crazy, but like I was having real reactions to Civil War that I was not prepared for, bro. Like,
Okay, okay. Because that studio is great.
yeah. And I'm not even trying to size it for real, bro, because it's just like they cover subjects where it's like, bro, oh my gosh, they're gonna have me contemplating life after this. Like, you know it when you go in to see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dang, do I want to go to the movies and see something like this, or would I rather just be in the comfort of my home and be able to watch this on streaming? But like for the style of movie that this is and the cast that's in it, um, I was like, yo, this joint is actually really good. Like, and it's not exactly what you would think when you think of Civil War, because of the story that they're actually telling and the way they go about it. But I won't get too much into it here. You're gonna have to watch the review for that, bro, because I have too many thoughts, bro. Too many thoughts.
Nice.
And then as far as like what I'm excited about in sports, the WNBA gonna go crazy. We got the girl from Connecticut.
We did. We passed on Angel.
Yeah, she a little not undersized, but like she seemed more like what we need as far as like the team
goes. I think they were worried about the shooting.
Yeah.
They went with someone who could shoot, who could score better in all levels than pretty much a double machine. They're like, this may not be what we're looking for. So solid.
Yeah. Because you can't really hate on Angel because her numbers are crazy, but it's the way she gets her numbers. It's just like when you get real bodies in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work, bro. But the thing is, though, she used to call herself a guard, bro. KD her favorite player, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
it was shocking because I was just like right there in Baltimore from the area. It's tough for me to pass on that, but maybe they made the better basketball decision. But man,
and it would have been like the distraction too of it would have been like, all right, now she got to come here and be Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like where she went, it's like
still a good city.
It's still a good city. It's a good situation, but she's gonna have the opportunity to really compete and get better because she gotta get better, bro.
Yeah.
But it's not about Angel Reese. I'm more excited because of what the WNBA is doing as far as like what is coming into the WNBA. Like, I think as far as like, you know, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston about to team up, 2-man gang gonna go crazy. Caitlin Clark's jersey's already sold out, bro. Like, it's finna be up. But also, just like how their draft works is different too, because it's only 3 rounds. I mean, it's 3 rounds, but it's like 12 each. And then from there, like the Aces had like 4 picks, but they really only got like 2 spots for real. So it's like they might get like, they be having like training camp deals or whatever where like they could still be with the team and develop and stuff like that. So like the game is growing and I'm excited about that. And just a random thought, but I think instead of hats, because none of them can wear the hat, bro. None of them can wear the hat. Y'all hearing this first, bro. Patenting it. I think that for the draft, at least the first round, they should start getting like either like a tiara or like a real crown with the team's logo or whatever. Because like their biggest thing is that they need to stand out to really, because they'll get the numbers, but like as far as like their play, because I be watching the highlights, bro. Like they have really good players in WNBA, but the playbook as far as like how they do like their marketing and like the players they choose to push and where the game is going and stuff like that. Like I see the vision of like what it could be, you know?
Yeah.
And I seen this picture of Angel Reese when she got drafted and she had the hat and she had it folded and put on her head like that, but she didn't put it on her head. I was just like, bruh, they gotta do something about that. They gotta figure it out.
That's a good point.
Because none of them gonna wear the hat, bro. Like in the moment, like I don't know. Because some of the NBA youngins can't even wear hats because they got too much hair. So
Exactly.
it's just like, what do you do? But it's also tradition too. So
Yeah.
I just feel like with that, they could like start their own thing where it's like, boom, like that's something that you're gonna remember.
I mean, this is the second time I've watched the WNBA draft, so it's
Same.
growing. It's growing.
Same.
I'm just a sports junkie.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What else was there? I said WNBA draft. I said Civil War. Was there one other thing? I don't know. I can't think of it. Yeah, all I'm doing is watching finishing Fallout. I'm gonna finish Blacklist. I still got a whole bunch of animes to watch. Kaiju just came out. Oh, Star Wars, bro. Star Wars, The Tales of the Empire is gonna be fire, bro. I just watched a trailer for that, and
I haven't seen it.
it's really like the opposite of Tales of a Jedi, where like they had like baby Ahsoka in there and stuff like that. But this junk, like, Grand Admiral Thrawn was in it. Freaking Inquisitor was in it. Like the main Inquisitor youngin. The girl, forgot her name, that she turned into an op when she was a Jedi and she had to fight Ahsoka. And she had like she had like green skin and like the different face markings or whatever. She just like the that one Jedi Master. But there's also who else is in it? Darth Vader popped up.
Okay.
So like there's like they're rediscovering the Empire. Well, not rediscovering the Empire, but just like these are different stories that have happened. And it's very adjacent to the live action shows that have been dropping, whether it is, you know, The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, like all of it is still very connected. So like we got that, we got Acolyte, like Star Wars is getting back in their bag, bro, and I'm excited about that. Star Wars Day is coming soon, you know. So
Hey. Yeah.
we're gonna be up. But that's all I got, man. You got anything else before we get up out of here?
Nah, sounds good. I'm about to go watch that trailer right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow us on your favorite audio platforms, and we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, bro.